favorite trends here on BookTube is how many people are making readathon game boards. I'm so glad this is becoming a trend because honestly, there's nothing more fun than playing a game for a set period of time to plan your day, plan your reads, plan all your things. And this month we have Relax and Readathon, a spooky edition. So tomorrow it's a 24-hour readathon hosted by Kirsten from the Reading Nymph. And I'm going to be participating tomorrow for 24 hours. Well, for the time that I'm awake, because I will be sleeping. So for the day, for the calendar day. And I wanted to do my first roll now, just so I know what I'll be reading in the morning. Something I do as kind of like a regular part of my schedule is getting up around 6:30 in the morning and having a couple of quiet hours to read before my day kind of gets going in full force. Because I feel like once the day starts, the reading productivity does kind of tank just a little bit. Luckily, tomorrow I do have a free day to do a lot of reading and also to do a lot of the lifestyle prompts that are on the spooky version of the Relax and Readathon board. But yeah, I just want to know what I'm going to be starting the day off with, so I'm not having to do a roll at like 6 a.m. I want to know what my first plan is. I have my Relax and Readathon board right here, and I accidentally matched the board. That was completely unplanned, but you know what? The purple is just being very purple right now, and we are matching. So I have my dice, and I will be putting in the board somehow up here after we do the dice. I'll screenshot it or something, but I will be looking at my paper one just for like references. I think I'm going to start either on the ghost or the pumpkin. I don't know which one I'm going to start on, either the ghost or the pumpkin. And I think I'll decide between like the two prompts that I can hit and decide which one I want. And that will just like decide where we start for the readathon. Okay, so we have a 4. If I start on the pumpkin, that gives me monster. And if I start on the ghost, it gives me favorite beverage. I think I want a book since I will be reading first thing in the morning. I'd rather have a bookish prompt. So I think I'm going to do monster. And I think I'm going to read one of the sexy, scary novellas that just came out. And I don't know which one. So I'm just going to put it in here. I'm going to put it in here, which one I decide to do after I get off here. And I will read that first thing in the morning. This is a set of novellas that are like Amazon original novellas, all written by different authors. They've done other sets of these. They just did a Christmas set last year. They did a Valentine's set the year before. And this is the Halloween one. And I've seen a couple people reading these and enjoying some of them. I don't know if they've all been hits, but enjoying some of them. And again, I don't know which one, just sitting here, which one I'm going to do. But, you know, editing me will know, and me in like 10 minutes will know. And I will just insert that. And I will see you in the morning after I wake up and read a monster romance of some kind, because that's how I'm going to start off my day. It is still quite early in the morning. It just turned 9 a.m. and I have finished my first book. My hair is still air drying. We're still getting ready for the day, still drinking the coffee. But this book was really cute and really fun. This might be my favorite Ali Hazelwood novella. I will say I like Ali Hazelwood's long books better than I typically like her novellas. I don't feel like she does short form necessarily as well as she does long form. However, I really like this one. I think she might be improving. This is again my favorite. In this one, we follow a vampire named Ethelthryth. What a name. Truly a name, a choice. Luckily, we do go by Ethel for like half of this book, which does make it a little bit easier. I'm going to refer to her as Ethel because Ethelthryth is like, you know, a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, we follow Ethel and Laszlo. Ethel is a vampire again, and Laszlo is the vampire slayer. He is tasked to eliminating her entire bloodline, and she is one of 3 remaining. And over centuries, they have run-ins with each other trying to get the other one. And eventually we get to this point in time where another vampire has attacked her, and he has stepped in because he's like, if anyone's going to kill you, it's going to be me. And he like saves her from this vampire. And in the course of that, he hits his head and gets the amnesia and now no longer remembers that she is a vampire and he is a vampire slayer. Like he doesn't remember this. So we have the amnesia trope, and it was really, really cute, honestly. They were a cute, like, couple in a way as they kind of figured themselves out while he didn't remember what was going on. And I really liked the way that Allie Hazelwood took this book. If you want to just like have a cute, quick, kind of fun read, I would recommend this, especially if you like vampires. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to give it 4 stars. And we're going to do our next roll for Relax and Readathon. The one thing with small books, I always feel like I don't have that much to say because obviously I don't want to give the whole story away and there's only like, 90 pages of the book. So yeah, let's do our next roll. Let's see where we're going to go. Okay, that gave us a 4. Let's look at the board and see what 4 gives me because I can go both directions on this board. I can go back the way we came or I can go forward. So if I go forward, that gives me move 2 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would get spooky book. And then if I go back 4, I get free space. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go to move 2 spaces, and then I'm going to go to spooky book because there is a book that I was really hoping to fit in during this readathon. And this is the perfect time to do it. I don't have it here with me. I should really like stack up my TBR, but honestly, most of the books on my TBR are going to be Kindle books, but this one is a physical read. And it's by a favorite author of mine, only from reading one book, but this author does not have a huge backlist. You may be guessing what book I'm talking about, but it's Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. I'm going to go grab that. I'm going to read that next. And that one's going to take a little bit longer because I do think it's a little bit of a bigger book, but maybe not. I don't actually remember how long the audio was for that. I could be wrong. It is 10 minutes to 12 and I have finished Graveyard Shift by ML Rio. I have put this book off for so long. It was a much anticipated release for me when I loved If We Were Villains and I found out this was coming out. And it came out. The reviews were not outstanding and I just put it on my shelves and I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because I was scared I was going to be disappointed. And does this live up to If We Were Villains? No, I would not say that it does because that is just too high a bar. Like that book is excellent in my mind. It is one of my top tier books of all time. And you cannot really expect anyone to continually put out top tier books that like amazing. People talk about If We Were Villains like it's the best dark academia book of our time. And I would agree that it is one of the best dark academia books of our time. So to assume that every book ML Rio puts out is going to be that level, I think is kind of unfair to them as an author. And I put this off because I was so scared it was going to be bad. And no, it doesn't live up to that, but it is not bad. I really did have a good time with this book as well. I'm going to give this one 4 stars as well. It follows 5 different individuals as they meet from their graveyard shift to have a smoke. And they meet every night in this graveyard to have their smoke break. And they're in the graveyard having their smoke break when they see a fresh kind of grave dug in this ancient graveyard. Nobody's being buried in this. It's like a historical site. So why is this here? And they start investigating over one evening. And it takes place like from midnight to like 7 a.m. I think that's when it starts. Midnight to 7 a.m. Yeah, midnight to... Every chapter is like time stamped. So like you can know exactly like when it takes place, 10 a.m. I pushed it a little too early, but yeah, one evening. And they investigate what is going on with this hole in the ground, why it's there, who put it there, and why they are doing it. And it is a little bit of a mystery. I actually thought this might have leaned a bit more horror, and I guess there is a slight hint of horror-y elements. And I think I assumed that just from the cover and also kind of what I had heard, inklings of what I've heard. I would say I think it is more of like a mystery thriller with horror elements than a horror, which works better for me. And I think is more what the author tends to write. However, the newest book I do think is a horror. So maybe we're slightly like moving in that direction and this was how we moved in that direction. I liked it. The characters were good. The mystery was good. What was happening was quite compelling. And I think it was done fairly well in 108 pages. I don't think I needed a lot more. I don't think this book needed to be longer. I think I got everything I needed, but I didn't feel like it was rushed, if that makes sense. So I think I got everything. It wasn't too short that I wasn't understanding what was happening. It wasn't long or excessively long that I felt like it wasn't, anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. It was the right size. I'm not saying that very well, and I'm not like conveying that well, but you know what I'm trying to say. You've read books, you know. Anyway, Graveyard Shift, 4 stars. And now I actually am more excited to pick up Hot Wax, because this was more of a success than I think I planned it to be, especially since I was thinking it was a bit more horror than it turned out to be. But it is time to do another roll, see where we go next on the board, and I am gonna have lunch regardless. I'm hoping that we get a lifestyle prompt, honestly. I'm ready for a lifestyle prompt. Okay, we have a 6. Because I've read 2 books today already, and it's already noon. Like, I would like to do some fun activities. So where were we? We were at Spooky Book. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we get move 3 spaces, which would give me 1, 2, 3 Discord vote. That's interesting. Or 1, 2, 3 creepy cover. We're not doing creepy cover. We may do Discord vote. Okay, let me go the other way though and see what we get if we go 6 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get back to monster. We're not doing that either. So we're going to do a Discord vote for like a lifestyle thing, because I want to do a lifestyle thing. So I'm going to go to the Discord. I'm going to plop in a vote. I'll put it here and you'll see what the vote is. I'm going to go have lunch. That'll give them, you know, an hour or so to figure out what the winning of the poll will be. And then we'll chat about it after I have lunch. I don't even know where I'm going to go have lunch, but I'm going to go in the car and I'm going to go get some food because I am a bit munchy at this point. We went for lunch. I ended up getting a maple barbecue chicken sandwich and it was delicious, and trying Kopi Coffee's new pumpkin hot chocolate. Highly recommend, might I say. Highly recommend. Perfect to bring in the fall vibes. And then we decided to check the poll. And as we were finishing lunch, and by we, I was with my mother, by the way. It's her birthday, so I figured we'd bring her along on this trip. And I checked the poll. The poll had 1 minute left on it, and there was an overwhelming winner of a Little Free Library adventure. So we have already gone to 2 Little Free Libraries. We may go to more, but I have stopped outside Maverick's Donuts to get Mom some birthday donuts. So we did stop for that, and I want to do another roll of the, board to see what is going to be next, because I don't know how many more Little Free Libraries we're going to do, but we'll see like what we do after that. So I brought my dice with me because I am prepared and ready to go, and we're going to get a number 3, which is going to give me, I did also bring my board for reference, thank goodness. So we can either go forward, which is move 3 spaces and then get creepy cover, or we can go backward and get a spooky book again. What do we do? Honestly, I'm not sure what I want to do. There is a siren going by. Okay, now that that's passed, do apologize for the siren. This is what happens when you are vlogging outside in the universe. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, because I feel like that's the same thing, like a spooky book and a creepy cover. I feel like that's the same thing. I think let's go with creepy cover, because we've already done spooky book. So let's go with creepy cover, and I don't know what that's going to be because I'm in the car. I need to go look at my TBR. So you will know momentarily, because I will put it right here, or I will show you B-roll, one or the other. But yeah, let's do creepy cover when we get back. But first, let's grab donuts. 3 is in the books. I finished it. I decided to go back to the Scared Sexy novellas for the creepy cover prompt and read Spicy Little Curses, because this is like a really creepy doll with like pins in it. And that fit creepy to me. That's creepy in my world. So I decided to read this. And unfortunately, this is not my favorite so far in this series. I'm going to give this a 3-star. It follows Petra, who is like a reporter, and she has gone to New Orleans to do like a fluff piece for her newspaper or magazine on haunted places and haunted folk tales in New Orleans. And she's heard about this tattoo parlor that is run by Dax, who seems to have some like lore that he was born with his tattoos and haven't actually had them like put on him, but he was like born with his tattoos. And that idea sounded great. Hot, grumpy tattooer. Like that sounds fantastic. There you go. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me. So Dax has a curse that is like connected to these tattoos, and the woman that he falls in love with in his whole family line, the women that he falls in love with are like mysteriously killed. And immediately upon meeting Petra, there is insta-love. Like immediately. Like within 2 seconds, like before they even meet almost. Like they see each other and they're like, we are in love. And it was just too fast for me. It was too fast, which you needed them to be in love for this curse to like enact and them have to like fight against this curse. But it was too fast. This concept was good, not good in a novella. It needed to be a long form book, in my opinion. I felt like because it was so small, because it's a novella, you needed to have insta-love for the curse to make sense so that you could follow the overall plot line. However, you needed like insta-love. Like immediately my eyes have fallen on you for the first time in my entire life, and immediately you are my whole person. You're my soul. I've never even heard your voice. Like that just doesn't work for me. And that was the reason I didn't really love this. So 3 stars. And we're going to move on to another read because it is only 4 o'clock. We still have a lot of day left. I mean, the day is only like 2/3 over. So we have time for a couple more rolls, I think. We'll see. You know, we still have to do dinner. Things still need to happen. But we'll see. We'll at least get one more in. We're going to do this one. And it's going to give us a 3, which I do have some things I kind of really want to do. And if I can make them work, we may kind of fudge this a little bit, but it doesn't look like it. So if I go backwards, I end up back at Discord vote because I get to move 3 spaces and then Discord vote. I think I have landed on almost all of the move 2, move 3 spaces. Like I have just been hitting those all day long. I wonder if there's like an award for the person who hits them the most, because I feel like we're at that. If we go the other way, I get mood read. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at a mood read because I think I'm going to leave the kind of, you know, spooky books behind for a minute and read a Frederick Bachman I've been wanting to read, which I believe is called The Answer Is No. I'm probably saying the wrong title. Let me see if I can find it on my Kindle. It's definitely on the Kindle, but the thing is my Kindle is set in alphabetical order. So maybe we just sort by Frederick Bachman. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That would make a lot of sense. Do I? Yes. The Answer Is No, a short story by Frederick Bachman. I have very recently finished out all of the full-length Frederick Bachmans, and I just have a couple of the short stories and novellas left, and I think I just need something that's different. I've read 3 kind of spooky romance or thriller-ish novellas today, and I need something a little bit different. I also think, I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm trying to pull it up, and like, does anyone else notice that their Kindle sits in queued for like way more than it should when like you're only trying to open one book? Well, here we are. Okay, I've got it. It says it typically takes an hour and 21 minutes, so that's going to run us into dinner time. And again, it is my mother's birthday today, which I have mentioned already. And she wants to do Swiss chalet with the whole family for dinner, so we're ordering it in, but I need to go pick it up. So sometime within this little break between books, I will read this, and I'm going to have dinner with my family and go pick up dinner. So that's the plan for the next probably 2-ish hours to 2.5 hours. This is probably going to be the last book we get in. honestly, because I'm thinking like, okay, 2.5, 3 hours. We're looking at like 8 o'clock. Will I be wanting to start another book at 8 o'clock? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get one more roll in. Stranger things have happened. But I mean, we're going to read The Answer Is No. And maybe it'll take less than the Kindle says. Like, I'm just going off what the average the Kindle says. I haven't looked into the length of the audiobook. But I just want to pivot, read something different since I have mood read. So this took longer to read than I expected. Not because it took longer to read, but because I got into watching TV. During dinner, we decided to catch up on the celebrity version of the UK Traders, which I'm obsessed with. I'm currently totally caught up. And I mean, tonight was a hard one. Tonight was a hard one because, you know, people close to my heart went home. But anyway, it's fine. I am loving watching the celebrity version of the UK Traders. A wonderful, wonderful, like, iteration of the show. It's been so fun. But I did finish this after we did that. And this is going to be 5 stars. What a great way to end this Relax and Readathon with a 5-star read. I love Fredrik Backman. This is not surprising. I have read so much of Fredrik Backman lately. I think this is my 4th in like 3 months. I have read so much recently, and I have enjoyed every single one of them. This book follows Lucas. And Lucas thinks he knows how to be happy because he is extremely happy, but he is extremely happy by kind of removing himself from society. And he lives in an apartment, and all of a sudden things start happening in his apartment, and people, his neighbors, start infiltrating his happy life. And these people bring conflict, they bring drama, and that, you know, detracts from his happiness. And we see Lucas trying to figure out how to be happy now that people are in his life. And we see this really kind of humorous look at what it means to be happy, and also a very humorous but, you know, really in-depth look on society and what society kind of currently looks like, especially in regards with like social media and having so much of your life online and everyone kind of having access to you at all the time, and having thoughts on your life from the outlook, and what that has done to us as a society and how it has affected our mental and physical health. And it's all hysterical the whole time. It's very satirical, but it is saying something, as Fredrik Backman tends to do. 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And it is the perfect way to end Relax and Readathon because it is after 8 o'clock. And there is just no way I will get much more done tonight other than like watching more TV or just like cleaning up. I need to do, you know, the end of the day things, but I'll be going to bed in a couple of hours. So I'm just going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Kirsten for coming up with this amazing board. I love Relax and Readathon. It is such a fun readathon. It happens every second month. If I didn't mention that earlier today, I don't remember. So definitely keep an eye out for the next round of this readathon. And if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, but have nothing to say down in the comments, leave a purple emoji because of our lovely purple spooky Relax and Readathon board. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.